This is Greg, aka Crazy G, with WSUR and NewEnglandConcertReviews.com.
That's John 5. Hi.
Yeah, how you doing?
He's a cutie. Just smacked that little John 5 ass. But I guess we're gonna start the interview, yeah? Right. keep it going.
I'm here at Mayhem Fest 2013 with WSUR and New England Concert Reviews, and we are sitting here with Jill Janus, the lead vocalist for Huntress.
Hi.
What's going on?
Oh, I'm just trying to stay cool, baby.
Welcome to the G Spot, and thanks for taking the time to come on. How goes the metal?
Man, Mayhem Fest is so awesome. It's blowing our minds. I mean, wow, what a great opportunity this has been for Huntress, and it's such a good learning experience for us. We're just so pumped to be here.
So how's the tour going?
Well, we had a rough start in the beginning. Our bus broke down. We're sharing with Battlecross, so we had I know, of course, it was the worst possible time, right in Albuquerque, Phoenix, when it was like 110 degrees. So I learned a lot during those couple of days when we had to drive in a 15-passenger van, you know, with virtually no AC. Got a little heat stroked. I learned that water isn't enough. You got to have a little salt to replenish. So it's just kind of like, you know, now we kind of figured it out. Now we're back on the bus, and thanks to the fans have really been awesome. They helped fund our trip here on Mayhem, and we love you so much. So because of them, I'm staying healthy and happy.
Any wild stories other than the bus thing you could share from the tour itself?
Well, you know, I'm kind of a drag because I'm the one that goes on vocal rest after the shows, and then the boys go out and party. So it's really not been too adventurous for me yet. However, the boys, I'm sure they've had a few of those nights. I've seen them hungover, but you know, as it goes on, I think once we get in our groove here a little bit more, and I start dealing with the heat a little bit more, you know, there'll be nights when I can go to one of the mixers. You know, Mayhem has these cool mixers, occasionally where they'll just have everybody get together for a party, and hopefully I'll be at one of those soon and maybe get some stories. I'm not very exciting, I know.
Well, the band itself is, so.
Yeah. I've got to take care of myself or the voice won't survive.
Can you expand a little on how Huntress originated?
I had this idea and this vision for Huntress from a very, very early age. I knew I wanted to put together a metal band that represented Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. I love animals, I love wildlife. I grew up on a farm in the Catskill Mountains, not too far from here. So for me, it was going to be nature-based and brutal, and like the tie-in with my pagan roots. So I was searching for musicians that could shred and that were, you know, just really capable of increasing my range and increasing my vocal abilities. So it took me about 10 years, and I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't compromise. I played with so many terrible musicians and tried for so long, and then I finally met a band named Professor in Los Angeles, and we merged. And we've had a couple little mini lineup changes along the way, but we've been going at it since late 2009. We released our first album, Spell Eater, in 2012. We just released our second album a year later, Starbound Beast.
Can you tell us what it was like writing this CD?
It was a whirlwind because we knew all 5 of us really want to put out an album a year for as long as possible. You know, with touring that may not be possible, but we're trying to get these first 3 albums out because it's kind of, again, ties in with my pagan beliefs of the maiden, the mother, and the crone. So I wanted to write this album. The boys agreed. We came home from tour. We toured the Dragon Force. We came home in December, right after a run with 3 Inches of Blood as well, up the West Coast. And we just got to writing. We wrote and recorded Starbound Beast within 3 months with the producer Zeus. We were in the studio for only 3 weeks, and without Zeus it wouldn't have been possible. He really created a very modern, crushing metal record without sacrificing our integrity.
The guitar work is incredible on this CD, not to mention everything else that goes with it. How much of a collaborative effort did the entire band have in completing this compilation?
It's 100% collaborative. All of us really unify, and what occurs in the songwriting process is I receive my lyrics. I fall into a trance. It's been this way for as long as I can remember. I will give them inspiration. I'll let them know song titles or lyrics, and then we kind of weave it all together. I write all the lyrics, I write all the vocal melodies, and the boys write the compositions. There was one song that I wrote the actual composition for, and that's Spectral. But the others, I mean, they really are the ones. They're the composers, and I'm the lyricist. That's kind of the way it goes, and it's a really good formula for us.
What was it like working with famed producer Zeus on this project?
He's the man. Zeus is the man. His work ethic is so admirable. He would sit in that chair, in the captain's chair, behind the mixing board, from 12 noon until 12 at night, and just plow it out. He's got such patience and such certainty about everything he does. I can't wait to work with him again. I've already just been like, I need to do the next album with you. Sorry, Zeus, I got to.
Blood Sisters is a metal masterpiece. What went into creating this track?
Thank you for saying that. That's very kind of you. Metal masterpiece. That's bitchin'. Blood Sisters is a little tribute to a girl that I grew up with. Didn't really grow up with her, actually. She just kind of showed up. She came into town, and we got into a little trouble together. So this is for her, and I told the boys I wanted to write a song about blood sisters that basically are on the run from the law, and they become infamous, and that's why their faces are splattered all over the radio, all over the TV, and then you hear about them on the radio, and so they're in this way just they know death is coming, so they just live fast and laugh at the past, and then get electrocuted in the electric chair, and that's kind of the story. I think it'd make a really kick-ass video. We'll see if it happens.
The stories you have behind some of these songs are truly amazing, and getting back to another song is Zenith, which is punishing. What was the intention with this song? What were you trying to convey with it?
With Zenith, I wanted it to be a thrashy masterpiece. Since you're throwing the word masterpiece around, I really wanted it to be thrashy and vicious, and it really is just about getting as high as you can, and to do that you have to go straight up into the zenith. This is the place directly above your head, and smoke weed with aliens. So really, the video we just shot with director Phil Mucci, who's an award-winning director who shot High on Fire's Fertile Green. That is just a hallucinogenic mindfuck, and Zenith will do the same. You better pack your bongs now, it's going to blow your minds. Zenith should be out this month or next month, so yeah, with that, again, just thrashy, and it's about it embodies various elements of the album. Some of the characters from the other songs kind of creep their way in. We have the Oracle and the Nova Witches in this video, and then you also get to meet the Starbound Beast. So it's kind of like a little tribute to all the other characters that kind of come up in Starbound Beast, the album. However, it's not a theme album, but they all tie together. All the songs on Starbound Beast and on Spell-Eater all have like a little thin red line that just connects to each other.
And that's very cool. Going back to your first CD, Spell-Eater, is 8 of Swords personally symbolic on any level?
Yes, it's significantly symbolic. To the band, to myself personally, we were at a transition point with Huntress. It was about 2010, and I sensed that something needed to shift. So what do? When I need advice, I go to my tarot cards, and I asked the tarot to reveal one card that would become an epic metal song, and 8 of Swords chose us. As soon as I saw that card, everything fell into place for Huntress. Everything. We all of a sudden we got a director named Simon Chan who really shared our vision, who loved the song. We recorded the song prior to the video, obviously, with Chris Rakestraw. So the process was, I saw the card, we wrote the song. We had Chris Rakestraw record it. We had Simon Chan direct it. And then we released it on noisecreep.com. It became a little bit of an internet sensation, and we had about 9 labels that wanted to sign us. We chose Napalm Records because they really shared our vision, and that is when we started touring. We were on the road with Pagan Fest before our album even came out, and it's just really been a magical journey for us, and I have to say, witchcraft guides all aspects of my life, and always will.
Have you had any operatic training?
Yes, much. I started at the age of 10. My mother noticed I had a big voice, and she used to say I was singing before I could speak. And I went to some auditions for operas, and I was immediately in productions, musicals and theater. And then I was 13 years old, and I heard Suicidal Tendencies for the first time, and I was like, I want to do metal. My mother wouldn't let me, but I did it on the sly. I would record thrash songs with my best friend in his basement. I knew that I've always known my purpose. I've always known I was going to be a vocalist. So for me, there's never been anything else but singing for me. The classical training I've had is the foundation for my screams and my work ethic and being able to really maintain that voice. I wouldn't be able to do the multi-voices, have the range I have, or even produce the sounds I do without that former classical training. It wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, you have 4 octaves, right?
I do, but I don't use them in metal. That's the thing that can be a little bit hard to understand for people that don't know about the voice and about the range capability of an opera singer. I'm a coloratura soprano, but I would never use those 4 octaves in metal. I would use them for opera or for musical theater or something. So in metal, what they do is they just give me a variety of choices to play with. So I can do like a King Diamond voice, or I can do a really strong, more melodic, held out vibrato, fry scream, witchy voices. It just opens up a lot of doors for me because I have that range.
Well, it's pretty impressive. To me, you sound a little like, don't take it the wrong way, a little like Iron Maiden.
That's awesome.
The speed
Why would I take that the wrong way? That rules.
Well, some artists are particular when you compare them with other bands. I hear it.
Thank you.
So trust me, that's a huge compliment. The speed in which you play is hauntingly familiar. What are the band's influences musically?
For Starbound Beast, we really delved into the Scorpions. There's a lot of the Uli Roth era. We love Scorps, old Scorps. A lot of people that we meet along the way only think of Scorpions as like Rock You Like a Hurricane era, but there's so much awesome 70s proto-metal that's untapped. And that's really what inspires us a lot, is like the older 70s metal. Pentagram, Black Sabbath, and then even, Judas Priest, of course, no-brainer.
Right.
Danzig, Merciful Fate, and King Diamond are massive influences. So we really always stay true to the roots of heavy metal, and we want true heavy metal to thrive, and that's where it comes in, is that we're not a throwback band. We're very modern, we're very crushing, but at the same time, we will never ever let go of those roots. We'll always stay rooted in Nawabum, always stay rooted in true heavy metal.
What is it like playing on Mayhem, and what is it like playing with some of the biggest artists around?
It's blowing our minds, man. Every day we wake up and we're so humble and so grateful to be on this journey and to be part of Mayhem Fest. I mean, we're opening the day at 1:30. Actually, there's a band right before us that's really cool, Thrown into Exile. They play first and then we're on. So we're really early bands. And it's just been, seriously, like, I'm speechless over this. I mean, I'm getting to meet John Five and Piggy from Rob Zombie, those dudes, and then Amon Amarth, who I'm completely obsessed with at Swedish Vikings, Like, I'm watching them every day from the side of the stage, and also it's a great opportunity for me too to host the Jägermeister Shredmeister competition, which we're doing every day on the main stage at 6 o'clock. So we're doing a lot of stuff with Jaeger. We're working with G-Pen. We're working with Zippo on a limited edition lighter that we created. There's just so much fun stuff going on. It doesn't end. It really is mayhem.
You're keeping yourself quite busy.
Oh, I can't get into any trouble because I'm so busy.
Just a couple more questions and I'll let you go. You're slotted to play with Danzig coming up in the fall. Can you talk about that a little?
Well, it's actually directly after Mayhem. We're done with Mayhem. We're playing some off dates with the Amon Amarth, Children of Bodom, and Battlecross. And then we're going to be going up to Montreal to play the Heavy MTL Festival. Then we hit the road with Danzig. So we'll be with Danzig from August 13th straight until the 31st. And we're also opening for Scar the Martyr, who is Joey Jordison's new band of Slipknot. So we're going to be on that bill. So it's Danzig and Doyle. It's our 25th anniversary. The Misfits have been massive influences on every one of us in the band. Our minds are officially blown.
What can we expect next from Huntress?
You can expect another album in 2014. We'll see. We're already writing it. We're writing it on the bus right now. So we would love to produce an album a year, get that out. We have a bunch of really massive tours coming up, and I can't talk about them, but one will be revealed tomorrow.
I can't wait, and I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank Jill Janus from Huntress. Thank you very much. WSUR thanks you. New England Concert Reviews thanks you. And rock on and have a metal one.
You know